old LTO dump road just south of World's End Road, following up on a BFRO report from around here, 3 miles away from where I grew up. I just happened to be up in this area, so we're going to check this out. Here's where it widens out. The old dump up here. Looks like a party pit. Teenagers to go. Shell casings. Yeah. Target practice. human activity on through here. There's a pond. It's really close to the road where the subject was sighted. The dirt road leading to the old dump is on the other side of this pond. Highway N and double N right out here. There's an arch, two arches. They're going with the grain, with the direction of the pinning tree. No reason to think that's not natural. Alright. Okay, 2.5 hours later, I come across this thing. Now, normally, I also do research down in the driftless area. I'm also known as driftless area Sasquatch. But I'm not in the driftless area anymore, so I'm up here in northern Wisconsin. Normally I'd pass this by without giving it 2 seconds thought if I was down there, because I see a ton more stuff down there than I do up here. But since I've been hiking for so long this day, and this is the only thing I found, I decided to document it. We've got some arches that were taken down from behind the base of the pinning tree, which is kind of a tricky trick of physics. It wouldn't be so much so if there was a lot other storm damage in the area, but there's nothing else around this area that indicates any kind of storm damage. And for all of a sudden just some localized phenomenon to where the canopy of all these arches gets caught up in this pinning tree. See that bent over pine tree down there pinning everything down? And I'm pointing back, and the camera will pan down here in a second to where behind the tree is the base of these arches.
Yeah, but what
now,
about this one?
See, we're way behind there, that arch there. That just seems very unlikely.
Does it?
It's not a real awesome structure. I mean, I can't say 100% definitively that that's against the laws of physics. But then I look behind here in this little cleared off area here,
Scat
and I find this stuff.
in the back here.
I look down here, I see some scat, and I see some charcoal,
Evidence of a fire.
signs of a fire, and a bottle of black cherry syrup or
Evidence of a
something.
fire. We got scat. We got
Just all kind of weird
Little-
stuff. I didn't see any tracks though,
lick in the bottle.
and that's just the thing. Then I go over to
Alcohol.
the left here, and here's a
We've got
deer skull.
here.
Okay,
This might be
now
worth
so
looking
now
into.
my inner statistician is thinking, okay, the only
We're on the
tree structure within
Other side,
miles
Highway
that
double
even
N.
remotely
from the
gets
side
my
of-
interest. It's got a deer skull next to.
First of all,
Now deer skulls in the past, I've had issues where
arches,
I've heard
which
knocks
are-
and have had rocks thrown at me, and the next day I go out to the same trail to pick up my audio recorder, and there's a deer skull in the middle of the path. And I've had deer skulls placed on the hood of my car, at parking lots, out in remote areas. I've had them placed in front. I've had entire deer skeletons, 3 of them placed in front of my car on one occasion. So I don't know if that has any significance to it
somehow
at all. But I'm showing the arches here
tucked underneath
and how they're
there.
behind
Seems highly unlikely,
the pinning tree.
as well as
And there's another arch in the background. That break there looks old and
behind here.
broken. But that arch there seems way behind. A little bit too far behind. Now, I understand that if a wind, before a tree gets knocked over, the wind can blow the canopies
There's some
of
other arches over
trees together in a tangled mess as the wind
there. There's double
mixes
N right
everything
there.
together. There's Highway
It's that
N right there.
close.
I just saw a car go by.
Look here,
Highway double
right
N.
back here. Here's this little
Now the sighting was across the road, on the
Little
other side of the
area.
road, where this
little clear
person,
off area here.
allegedly
bit of
saw
junk.
this Bigfoot. And here's a close-up of
We
the
got some scat.
syrup and the
Salt
scat.
fresh. But look at here,
And you see the charcoal
Yeah.
there?
fire.
Evidence of a fire.
Makings of a fire. Do we have a
Somebody
wild
made a
man
fire
back
there.
here? We got coal.
Yep.
Leftover junk. Somebody scooping some wild.
It's not deer
Buck cherry
scat. Deer
soup.
scat is round.
Yum. But
Looks canine to me, or maybe even a bear. And here's the skull. No other bones around. Definitely a deer skull. There's a close-up of the deer skull. Okay, and then 1 minute later, I'm 50 feet away, and I find, I mean, this is not a Sasquatch only channel, and I don't believe everything is Sasquatch, but this is just kind of weird that this is found in the same vicinity as the other stuff. Normally, I would think, from what I've heard and everything I know about Bigfoot, that they would unscrew the top and not bite through it. This is clearly the work of a black bear, and I've seen this stuff up here. I grew up 3 miles from this exact area, and I'm very familiar with the work of black bear. This is definitely, that could even be a bite mark of a black bear right there.
am I imagining
See
a
that
bite?
little area in there?
Sheep there?
Teeth marks,
That dentition?
maybe from the bottom jaw.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, there's definitely teeth marks, and it just ripped into that to get a couple of drops of milk,
Look at that.
most likely. But anyhow, that's all I found. Pretty disappointing. I expected to find more. Thanks.